Welcome to Khenarthi's Roost, friend. The hurricane must have been very disorienting. So many injured, confused. Keep your voice down. Try not to draw attention.
Razumdar is here on a mission of some delicacy. You are just what the Bandari ordered. Between your hands and Raz's good looks, we are certain to see this through.
First, a question. Where did you come from? Yes, lie with confidence. A straight face and a gleam in your eye. Well done. It is very good right now to fit in. Your sudden arrival, it does not fit in, you understand? You should not. You should trust your instincts. Leave if you wish. No one will stop you. Or, come with Raz and do what you can to help us recover. In the process, grow your stature and wealth. It is entirely up to you. Because you are no soldier, which is useful. You can speak with the locals, assure them we are not invaders or marauders. Now come, let us try to fit in. Commander Karen, the moment this recruit survived...
Glad you're up and about, recruit. We captured a sea viper. Before you head to Shattered Shore...
Ilsil is this way. What?
Time.
Marvelous, isn't it? We'll have to construct a special room for the Morning Stone when we bring it back to the Mages Guild. I'm sorry, did you need something? Marvelous, isn't it?
We should speak privately. Before you depart, let's meet by the statues north of camp. There, you see? Karaneth told you. Oh, there's...
Alright. Don't know if anybody's been paying attention. Listening, been kind of eating my food. Hopefully you guys were paying attention. This is going to be a tips and tricks video. At the beginning of this one, as you guys can tell, I was showing off my equipment and my buffs and stats. But you want to hit all the sky shards first. Well, the first two, before starting off on your quest in the starter area of Khenarthi's Roost. Because you can find all 6 of them in the area relatively easy on the map. there's the one here. And then the one here, right where I'm at. And then there's going to be one over here just to the right, which is where you meet Gathwin. And then when you come back over here to do the Marines, you gotta find one out here along the water. I will say right here. And then you gotta find another Sky Shard up in this area. You'll see it near a big tree. There's a quest related to help you find that one, because the guy will have you go into another cave. But I'll show you guys where that location is exactly, so you don't have to do the quest to get to a whole lot of other stuff you don't need. But like I said, I'll show you where that Sky Shard is. And then the last one is in Mistral. Right here on the backside of Ulendil's embassy. And yeah.
This one gives thanks.
So I'll show you guys all those. We're gonna head over here, like I said, first. Talk to Gathwin. Get that quest going and finished. I didn't show off my racial bonuses because I haven't unlocked them yet, which is what I kind of sped up and done. Was got my character geared, got all the weapons for now. But there's gonna be tips and tricks. So your first tip: make all your gear if you have enough equipment, or steal it. You can steal weapons and arms from several different places in each zone. Usually you'll find a building off to the side that's either got weapons up, and you can either steal them. Be very careful, of course, when you do steal them. But right now, my major skills are at, I only have one of each, so it's at 6. And then dual wield, because I have one in each hand, is at 4. Because I actually had the major skills on before I was actually able to have the dual wield. That's why they're ahead of the dual wield. And then it's up to 7 because I have 7 pieces of armor. So how many pieces of armor you have, right now I have heavy, determine on how fast that skill line gains experience. So even if you have one piece of light, medium, or heavy on, it may not always show it, but you are gaining experience with that skill line if you have it equipped. It shows 3 to unlock it, but you can have 3 and then go back down to 1 just to get it open so you can watch the progress. Or you can just leave the one on and not worry about it. But I got 7, and I probably should get this. But this passive is one that helps with the recovery, why it's at what it's at. Once I get it up higher, like to the 2nd stage, which will be at rank 18. So halfway there. Almost half. I'll increase that again. Then Juggernaut, I think, will be after I get another Resolve, which will help my max health out yet again. But I really want to get the Healing Received for this particular character, for my build. I have this on there just as a useful little skill. Right now it's doing more Magicka damage. Earlier it didn't do either. Didn't show either way. But right now it is, so I guess that's a plus. And all my other skills, very nominal. I had to make all my enchantments, which I went health on, and health recovery. Nothing, Miss Cherry Bomb. Yeah. But I did have one of my other characters make me this set. Slow Pause, one of my Nightblade healers, who I do need to do more work with, but I think I want to work with Blood Ruby more. So, but for right now, that is the set I'm running is Twilight's Embrace, which you can make as soon as you get to Grotwood for the Ultimary Dominion, and I can't remember the other places for the other ones. But it's like the second zone when you're going through your main storyline. They might have changed it up a little bit, I don't know. But the gear, as you can see, Nan is what I named this character, so that's all the gear she made. Except for the daggers, like I said. I actually used Slowpoke to make the daggers, but I used my main metal worker to obviously improve them, because it saved me a buttload of improvement materials. Unfortunately, I don't have enough to make them gold, because I think it'd be great to have quite a bit of extra healing on each, because it'd be I think 5.5, 4.5. I think it's 4.5 in each hand, which would be a total of 9 instead of 8. So I get 8% extra healing, or yeah, healing done, and I deal more magic damage, and then I restore health. Now that triggers with the powered, so I get 4% more health restored than the 3 7d6. I'm getting about 4 something, so it's quite a bit of a help. Yeah, so once you rank that up more and more and more, maybe we'll get better enchantments and better stuff. Obviously this is getting a bit of a downgrade because of the level it is versus my character level. And you start noticing that when you're going through your gear, especially when you start hitting the higher tiers in level and gear, you'll run into gear that will be not as good, because it'll be like, oh, well, that was great when you were level 30, but now that you're level 50 or 45, it's garbage. The only gear I would say that you could continuously run for a good 10 levels after each deal would be training gear, because you're constantly increasing your experience gain. Here comes Gathwin running all over the goddamn place. Shit.
Please,
that is
I need
one
your
hell of a
help.
glitch they still need to fix with it.
Magic. I have no doubt. My
Man,
master,
I'm glad they fixed the glitch
Aurelian
with
thought it.
the mount and the run speed and all that, which is a great improvement, because the infinite run was nice, but it was like it was missing something. Like something else was supposed to happen but never triggered. Like I said, right here off to the right, after meeting Gathwin, before going up the stairs to talk to that guy. Another quick disclaimer: this content is not for children. Well, not just because of the cussing, but because they just released new rules and regulations for us YouTube creators about our content. We actually have to label it not for children. Otherwise, it'll be showing up in the children's section, or not at all. And I like my stuff showing up, so I will be labeling this not for children. I wonder if I can do that right now in the app, actually. I'll check it. Let's see. You more. Nope, wrong data. Wrong. Videos.
I could definitely wear you in the autumn.
It's not even showing.
As for Aurelian, he's
What are you
fit for
doing?
display under
No.
full moons all new.
It probably won't show up in here. So, I will have to label this one later.
I'm tired of this. Leave or die. It matters not.
So, I'm not double
Can't be
recording
good.
this, but it should just
We
show
need
up
to get those
in
wards
like normal.
down fast.
Let's see. We'll do that, then we'll plant that. That way we get our health coming back. And then I can activate my little pet, let him deal his damage. And then fire that off and kill him. For Sorcerer, you have a really good skill, very useful, for Assassination. I'm not in the right spot. Which would be Mage's Fury. It does X amount of damage, blah blah blah. If the enemy falls to or below 20% health within 4 seconds of being struck, it explodes for additional shock damage. So you're taking that 1785 plus 6,339 damage. You're basically adding those together if you do it at the right time. They're at 20%, or they're going to be, once you strike them with it, then it's almost an instant kill. But it also does shock damage around the enemy, which is great, because that's really good for bosses whenever they get to that, because they're going to explode for the 6,000 damage, which is going to hit everything around it, along with another 13. So it's kind of handy for splash damage. And for a boss, that just helps you burn the boss down a lot quicker and whatnot. And I do have the Crystal Shard, which is a great little one. I do have that set to my trigger. But the reason for the Crystal Shard is a great self-heal. Yeah, believe it or not, that particular skill tree, the Dark Magic, I mean, it itself is not a self-heal. Okay? You actually have to get the passive, not that one. This one. That way you have a heal, 2,000, which is great for open world. For PvP, not so much, not unless you're able to dish out that much damage every half second, and you're not able to hit everything every half second for that much and stay alive. I mean, you can do like Room Prison or some of the other stuff just to disorient people, but even at that, that's not going to be enough for them to stop and murder you. So that's why I got all the extra healing stuff, so when I do actually get that portion of that unlocked, I'll show you guys how much that is and how much extra health you're getting for this particular setup. Well, that's just it. You gotta know what kind of a setup you're going for. This particular character, I am going for self-healing, so a bit more of a tanky build. That's why I put max health. That's why I have almost 40k health. That way I can just survive. Do that, do this, do this. And you can watch the health I'm getting back. This skill is a great skill, and that will be in the Undaunted skill line, which I got that before getting murdered by Mannimarco, that guy, who you do fight in Elder Scrolls Oblivion during the Oblivion Crisis. To get to that fight though, you gotta go through the Mages Guild and all that. So it's kind of great that they brought him into this particular story. I don't know if how well he would have done outside the story. What all they would have used. I know they wanted to use Mannimarco and a bunch of other stuff. Because in Oblivion, his backstory is kind of just mysterious. That he was an old, evil dude who was bent on bringing things back to life. There's a big war on necromancy in Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So, yeah. I'll my pick out. Let him do some damage. I'll plant that. Watch, I'll get health back. Every time he does damage, I gain health. He gains health. We gain health. And bam. Dead. Okay. I leveled up. Okay. Now I'll get the stupid rings I'm not going to use and my skill line. Racial skill line. Put those on health. Alright, toughness, increase max health. Yay, max health. Which is great for if you're going for a tanky build, you want more max health, health regen, anything to bring that back. And you can either do stat points or glyphs to increase the stat you want to increase. So, but increase experience gains with sword and shield, which I'm not going to use because I want to go dual wield because I want to be a bit of a ninja. You can be kind of a ninja with this with the new sorcerer build because the bound armaments will actually give you 4 floating daggers, so that's kind of cool. I really like that. And then the increasing gold find, which is great because who wants to be broke? Not me. I also gain increased stamina when I can, so I get to level 10. So another 5 levels, yay! But the big one here is reduced the cost of all my abilities by 1% once I hit 25. That does go up higher. I forget which right now. I do have a Imperial who is a lot higher. So I know it's a lot more than that. And with the Sorcerer, you're going to be decreasing the cost of your ultimate, all your abilities anyways, basically. So having extra cost reduction on top of gaining cost reduction is great. And then whenever I deal damage, I heal myself and restore magicka and stamina. So that's going to be great once I get up there, because those numbers do go up. So every 5 seconds, that's really handy in a fight when you're fighting bosses and everything else. Being able to gain resources whenever you deal direct damage. So a lot of my abilities are direct damage. And that's what made the Nord, or not Nord, the Imperial. The Imperial, one of those ones that everybody's like, yeah, I want to play the Imperial. They got some cool buffs and stuff. Was the gold gain and then the red diamond. It's great that they kept the red diamond passive. They changed it all up since the beginning of the game. I've been playing since just before Tamriel 1 happened, and the zones were still level locked, which I kind of liked, because I can like teeter into the next level a little bit. But I did miss the fact that I couldn't travel anywhere, so having to complete each zone by zone was fun, to say the least. Wow, so much lag. See, that guy should be dead. Hey, he's dead. Okay. Now I want to loot. Oh, let me loot. Give me the loot. Don't know if I can loot the skeleton, or if my internet is just being too damn slow and you guys can't see any of this. Looks like I already looted him. I might have to change the quality, just give me a sec. Let's see. Where do I do it? Okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I was going to fix something, so sorry the broadcast got paused. Everything does seem to be running a little bit better. I don't know console commands, I don't know. I know some people will use console commands when they go through that particular problem and just reload the UI. And yeah. Crystal Shard can now be more. Yeah.
Scorpion's poison courses through its prey.
I'll disrupt the ward.
The great thing about that one is you could then possibly use that passive. Now I can morph that skill to where you could be able to use it every half second if you had enough ways of proccing it to happen every half second. But I don't see that happening. And boom, dead. Alright. So I basically have 2 AoEs right now. Well, 3 AoEs, just one of them's a heal. The other 2 are not. Now this puzzle is real simple. Find the code is right here. Top to bottom. Alright. So we're going to be looking for that one, that one, that one, and that one. I'll even move to first person to show you. Okay, that's the cycle we're going to be going in. That's not that one, not this one, this one. And then the other ones are over here. So it's going to be this one. And then it's going to be this one. And then it's going to be this one.
The barrier is down. But before we proceed,
let you go through
I need
there.
to speak with you.
I've seen so many people try this puzzle and fail. And it's like,
when we enter the
you guys
Dominion
didn't look the
line,
room over at
thank
all.
you.
Most of the puzzles throughout the Elder Scrolls games normally have a hint or clue in the room you're looking for. So sometimes you gotta go back, check everything over,
We found the Morning Stone on that
just
pedestal.
figure it all out.
Wait, that's Aurelian.
Is that large and
What's he doing up there?
never mind.
Leave Aurelian for now. We have to disrupt the summoning ritual. I'll destroy the bone piles if you keep the undead at bay.
Sure, I'll keep the undead
It'll take
dead.
a moment to weaken the circle. Keep the undead away from me.
And it'd be great to be able to kill you guys with healing abilities, but you're undead. I'm not, well, not the right undead. I also have my Fighters Guild, Undaunted, which is the one skill I'm using for the healing, and Mage Guild. Unfortunately, Mage Guild isn't high enough, and I don't have enough Fighters Guild skills yet to be able to put those to use. So right now it's just the Undaunted and my main skills. Sorry, class identity
I'll
skills.
weaken the next circle.
Which I thought the whole class identity thing is whatever. I mean, it's kind of cool to be able not to have an exact class in an MMO. Which I think would be a great direction that they would head into, because it's kind of the idea that you have when you start this game, when you hear about this game, and then you're like, oh, there's classes? Oh.
Help my master.
And when I first heard about it so many years ago, that's what it seemed like. It was like it was going to be, oh hey, you have classes, but you can also go create your own class, da-da-da-da-da. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So I like about Oblivion and Skyrim and
Silence! None command Aldor.
Doing the class thing is kind of, it's an MMO must, I guess. one of the rules that they had to follow. Where doing some of the other stuff is different. Now they did add a new ingredient for doing potions with the Dragonhold DLC, which is amazing. It was not what I was expecting. I will do a video on that later. I thought that the buff was going to change from minor to major, which would have been amazing, because normally when you do certain buffs with potions, they do change from minor to major when you add the third ingredient.
These gems focus the morning
but that didn't happen, so I was like, okay, well,
Master, I know what
this
you're
still
planning.
works, and it's still amazing, so.
Aurelian, please, help me convince... Thank you. I should prepare myself.
We should hurry. Uldor won't be trapped for long. That's madness. I've experienced so many summers. Then we should waste no more.
You can't do this, Master.
That was almost a mistake.
The Dominion
I like
will
feeling the
thrive
old guy in
without
there
me.
because
It's
he's
far
willing to
stronger
sell
than it
himself.
knows.
Then I should recover the Morning Stone.
And it's better to
Farewell,
send the old instead of the young, because the young got a lot more to offer, which is like what he was saying. So I always feel him in here with this guy.
I've reconsidered what our combined power can do, Uldor. I willingly give myself over.
I knew such power would tempt you. Very well.
Don't want to stand right on it. Give it a little bit.
Hurry! Place the tears of the two moons in the pedestals.
Wretched fool! I'll turn your friend to ash.
If there's any questions on tips or tricks people want to know about, just ask. I'll try to help as much as I can. But as far as traits on your armors and weapons and stuff, you should research as much of that as you can at the crafting stations.
Do not leave this tomb alive.
Because if you progress through each of them, then you'll be able to create the really amazing gear that takes like 9 traits to know. And then you can do your crafting writs and whatnot. So you're getting the materials you need to improve the stuff you have. So you can make level 1 characters badass as hell. If you choose.
It's done. Forgive me. No good comes... Forgive me. There you go.
I did not prepare level 5 or beyond gear. I just wanted to provide my character with the level stuff when I started doing this character. I did recently get another character up to level 50, so they're gonna be on the CP grind for a bit. But for now, I figured I'd start this character, show her off. Because I have a build idea with this, which seems to be working pretty well. Hey, what do you know? 42k? Or 40,000 health now. Yay, health. Okay. Now we gotta head all the way over to the other side of the island for the other quest. Or I can just run right there and do that. But I like finishing it up. Now in the consumable slot, I have Sugar Skulls, which is from doing the Witches Festival. No, this character did not do the Witches Festival at all. So I do not have the recipe for this character currently. I believe I have an extra recipe floating around on one of my other characters somewhere. But yeah, I did learn a bunch of the recipes, not all of them. I am still missing a large portion of the book for the regular Halloween motif, not the Dremora one, which was recently added, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, there have been a lot of new changes. A lot of good things with this set, or with this expansion. Okay, you. Now, just so you know, the difference in the numbers, you can, when they show up, those are the damages, or just the plain white. The critical is the gold.
Can any of you hear me? Where are you?
Yeah. Green is usually healing.
You there?
And
good luck.
Let me see. There's actually a spot down here in options. Combat. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong spot. Here in help. Where did I see that? Don't think it was there. Don't think it was probably tutorial. And I believe it was combat. No. No, that's not it either. So if you're having issues with any of it, you can come here and look at them all. What's something about numbers? God damn it. Can't remember. Player basics, maybe. Yeah, combat text. So here in combat text, it'll tell you about all that. The outgoing format, you know, how much damage you're doing, critical. If it's got the star, that's damage that was blocked. Damage over time with dots. Normally if it's red, it's dot. I used to think it was fire for some reason. Well, orange. Sorry, not red. It's orange. But yeah, so it's just a dot. So it's not dealing fire damage or anything like that. Then you got the damage absorbed from your damage shield can absorb damage, or somebody else's can. You got CC is stun. It'll tell you when you're getting stunned or stunning. And then those are the 3 different healings. So all the healing is going to be green, whether it's hot, which is a heal over time, a critical heal, or just a regular heal. And then you got your incoming damage formats, which, as you can see, it's all basically the same, except for the damage absorbed is now turned into health. So if you have a damage shield, it'll go into health. And then healing negated, or negated healing. I haven't run into that yet, but I know there is a mechanic for that. I know it was, I think it was the Necromancer has an ability to negate an X amount of healing. So that is why that is there. Other than that, I don't know what other sets or other mechanics trigger that, but there's that. So you got all this fun stuff, which I'm not going through all of that with you guys because that is all on you. You can look it up right there if you want, or somewhere else, or just check out the video. Hopefully you guys are doing that. Okay, so you see how it says I can morph this skill? I click it, and I have 2 options. I can either make it affect up to 2 more targets, or if the target dies, to restore health and magicka and stamina. So I can put that on something and then regain resources to carry on the fight. The only problem with this morph is it only affects one target. This one will affect up to 3. Or no, I think it's more. It's up to an area. Yeah. Yeah, it will affect up to any enemy within the 5-meter radius, 8-meter radius of the initial target. So you group a bunch of enemies together, you do that, boom. It's going to affect all of them. So it's going to fill more soul gems than just this one or the current form of it. Now, I didn't use that skill point. I hit circle to back out of it, so I didn't spend it. The reason I'm not spending it just yet is because I want to go over the morphs and abilities. Ability morphs, which they are handy and they can be quite useful. For example, like I was saying about Crystal Shard. Crystal Frags is the one that turns into an instant. So it gets rid of the 1-second timer. But you can then cast it instantly once it procs. Otherwise, it's going to be a second. The cool thing about that is any Magicka ability can trigger it to proc. It just has a 33% chance of doing so. Or 35, whatever. But it'll deal more damage and cost less Magicka, which is great. That's a huge cost reduction. So that's the only way that you can get that heal to keep triggering. So if you're able to get that to proc. So that'll help with your own self-healing, which I know every class has got some form or another of a self-heal, whether it be through passives or actives. Active abilities are like Crystal Shards and all that. Passives are the ones that don't need an activation, don't need you to physically activate them for them to trigger. But this one will stun and does an AoE. So you can have it stun, which is, you'll get other abilities that can stun for a lot better. So I'm not real worried about that. Yeah. So it'll hit the initial target and then stun them and then do another X amount of damage to everything around it. So it's like hurling a big old grenade. I'm not picking the morphs for those just yet. This one is actually really good because then you're getting a ton of health back. Healing you and your Clannfear for over 13k health. That is amazing. So if you're about to die and you have your Clannfear out, you can hit that, boom. You're back up to full. Well, maybe, you might be. Your Clannfear might be up to full. I forget its health, total health. Or you can just get the same familiar, just with a little bit stronger shock ability. Which, this one is obviously the better one, unless you're doing a bunch of AoE stuff, then you want the other one. And if you're doing a pet build, because they actually have a pet build for Sorcerer, you want to do the AoE pet, along with the AoE heal for this one, and then that. Because then your pets will attack. You want to go Daedric, not the other curse one that gives you a second explosion. You want to go for the ones that your pets will do additional damage to that target, and your pets will actually attack the target that you would mark with this skill. Unlike most of the other skills, that they kind of just go, okay? So I'm going to leave my pet alone. I'm going to be working my way toward this skill. For the block mitigation, for the 3 seconds is great. But once you morph this into the bound armaments, it changes. And then it gives not magicka anymore. It'll then increase your stamina. That's why I wasn't real worried about stamina so much, because people go a little crazy on stamina. But if you're going to go stamina, go max stamina, do it all. Alright? That's going to reduce the cost of your ultimates. All your ultimates. Not just one. All of them, which is great. Which is the passive I'm going to be working toward as soon as I can. And there's actually because this will go up to 15%. There's even a ring set in Cyrodiil. Once you conquer the 3 little towns or whatever, one of the 3 little towns, there's a 3-piece set, which you can then decrease by another 15%. So that's a 30% decrease, which is great. I don't know if it stacks or it's multiplicative, but either way, it's still a lot of reduction, which is great. Not including my own reduction with my character. Being a Nord, or not Nord, being an Imperial. I'll get more reduction than that. Especially if I get that ring set. Or the 3-piece set, sorry. Yeah, it's a 3-piece set, I believe. I'll have to look it up again. Here I got Mage's Wrath, which I can just deal increased damage to other nearby enemies. So it will do more damage to the nearby enemies, or restore magicka if the target dies within X amount of time. So if they die within the 4 seconds or 5 seconds, then I will restore X amount of magicka back. So I'm actually going to get my magicka back for the cost. So that's kind of handy for when they die. I get the exact cost back, so it didn't cost me any magicka. But that's if I'm being sneaky and wanted to just assassinate things. So I got 3 different ones there. Now the cool thing is I can then grab one of these skills, put that on my bar, and then I can switch up to like a 2-handed, sword and shield, or whatever I want. And I will continue, because it's a skill on my bar, I'll continually gain experience for that skill. So let's say I got all the weapon skills, right? I can put each and every weapon skill that I have unlocked on my bar, and I'll gain, as long as they're on the front bar, the one I'm going to be gaining experience on, those skill lines gain experience, which then unlocks them, and, well, will then give them more progress, like I am right here on Dual Wield at 6. I'll then expand, like, bow, sword and shield, 2-handed, destruction, and healing staff. If I have all 5 of those on my bar, I'm using something else in my hands, everything gains experience, including the weapon in my hand. But that has to be everything on the active bar that I'm gaining experience with. It's just like with the armor and the skills, okay? So I talked to Gathwin, or to the sergeant there. Take my butterfly. Dang it. Butterflies, when you capture them, they will give alchemy ingredient called butterfly wings, which will help with potions. Yeah. It'll help out a lot with the lingering health potions, which are pretty strong.
Good.
And if you're going to do PvE or PvP content, and you want to be able to survive just about anything, you do want potions that are in your health. That way you're gaining more health when you're outside of combat. but if you're going to be doing the Fighters Guild, there is a set there you want to get your hands on that will increase your health recovery. So when you are in combat, you'll gain additional health recovery. Once your health gets below 50%, it will double your health recovery, which combine that with Plague Doctor, I believe, you will have a very tanky and hard to kill set. Which I may be going for both of those on this particular character. Be really fun. Alright, I got the potion. I have all my bars set up so you guys can see all the XP. I'm obviously on console, as you can see. Not on PC. I don't have any of that going for me. not in the ways I do on my console. But yeah, I have them showing because I like to see the numbers. I like to see the percentages. I don't like it when my bars just disappear on me. And I'm like, what the hell is hitting me? Why am I dying? That kind of stuff. So you can set up your bars where they constantly show, so you know your skills, so you don't have to memorize a rotation and then switch to another character and realize, oh crap, I'm on the wrong character. I don't know my skills. I'm able to take the damage from that snake, no problem. Staying alive pretty easy. Which is what's great about that, because I will gain 648 health every second. But as you can see, it was more like 800. That's due to the healing daggers I have, and whatever passives I have active that increase healing received, which would be in the champion tree, which I'm not going to go over because that is
what do you mean?
Once everybody hits that higher level, then they can gain that. Once you hit level 50, then you gotta start putting points on that. Sorry guys, it's kind of late for me. Probably late for you guys too. But yeah, I've been working all day, so this video is kind of late. I plan on doing more videos pretty soon. I just haven't had the time to do them for you guys. So, my bad.
I almost pity the sea viper. Edalus is the best. He's honest.
But I do have more planned for you guys. Like I said, I already plan on doing one about alchemy and potions and getting all that fun stuff. And then I will have more on the Dragonhold DLC, which is great. It's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of interesting things that you wouldn't think about doing. Or you might. I just didn't. So, but I learned a lot. I even watched a couple of other people. So I was like, oh, okay. I don't remember any of their names, or I'd give them shoutouts. So, sorry guys.
The sea vipers serve the mountain.
Okay. Now here's an opportunity to read books, which will help increase your skills that you don't even have equipped. That's right, you can gain skills you don't even have weapons for, or anything. You can increase any skill, really, just by reading bookshelves and books and everything else. You cannot gain weapon traits that way though, or armor traits that way. It would be handy if you could, but you can't, sadly. So, yay for reading. And then if you progress far enough in the actual Mages Guild quest or storyline, you can gain the ability to go back and actually read each and every book that you've touched. That's all the lore books, all the little notes you see here and there, letters from different things. Hey, level up again. Alright, there he goes. He's dead. Okay. Dead. Sea Viper. I'll level up real quick. Hey, 3 soul gems. And another finisher. Oh, come on. Oh, there. It was being stubborn. Now you could follow the skill advisor here if you want, which it does give some great advice, or you can just completely ignore it and say screw you and hit the turn off the skill advisor, which is perfectly fine. I think I'm gonna switch it over here, that way I can be like, oh hey, you know what skills you're grabbing, and it's not telling me the right ones. Not all of the right ones, because it wants me to switch over to that so I can just immobilize. Also wants me to be able to heal, which this is actually a really strong heal once you're able to get it. And then it is probably telling me, yep, still. Found armaments, like I said I was going to get. But it wants me to get lightning form, which is pretty nice, but I don't want it right now. And Surge is another good one for your healing, but also gives weapon and spell damage. And you should be able to give that to the rest of your group, either through a passive or something else. I believe it's with one of the morphs you're able to give to a portion of your group. How many members exactly, I don't know. I don't remember. You know, I'm going to spend these points on this because those actually do help with NPCs and upcoming upcoming conversations within the main storyline. Going through the main storyline for each of the... God dang it. Well, to get the rest of that skill line, you gotta progress through the main storyline, where you gotta talk to the prophet, Lyris, and this and that, which is what I started. I died. Well, became soulless, because you wind up losing your soul. Being sacrificed to Moloch Ball. It's a weird name for a villain, but okay. Anyways, grab that Sky Shard, and then I still have 2 left to grab. Like I said, it would be like right off of there. And we'll get to the other Sky Shard after we complete this little questy thingy for these people, which will give me a shield. This guy's not always here, so kind of a bit of a rare spawn, so you usually have to wait because people have already killed him. Or if he's here when you get here, then you can kill him. Great. crit, which is nice. Good heal.
Sea vipers are insane.
Okay, man, I'm getting tired, guys. I think I'm gonna finish up this quest line. And I'll show you guys those other 2 sky shards. And then I will probably end it shortly after getting to Mistral, which is gonna be where I show you the other sky shard. The last sky shard. But yeah. Miss Cherry Bomb's over here already covered up in bed, like, I'm warm. She does have working, yeah. I know. She does have more pinup stuff planned as well. Yeah. And if anybody wants to check those out, they can go visit her page, which I am featuring. Granted, there's nothing on her page, but she does have her Patreon linked there, which you should be able to find. And check out more of her stuff on Patreon. So, my Patreon, I need to work on it a bit more before it is up and ready. Molly Starlight is also on your Patreon page, so they should be able to find her through there. Which is a great artist. I still need to see how she's doing on her stuff, because I was going to feature her on my channel. Last I knew, she was going to be redoing a bunch of stuff with her YouTube channel, so therefore I was not actually able to feature her yet on the channel. But if you guys like 50s rockabilly style music, it's great. You guys should all go take a look at that, listen to it. She does Hot Rod Christmas and a couple other good songs. One of our favorites is Big Black Ford, because she's talking about her hot rod. Which it's a pretty nice car. You gotta see it. I don't know if she has any pictures of it on her YouTube page. She does on her Facebook though. But yeah, I don't think she has it on YouTube. But no, she's an amazing person. Got great songs, which she writes herself. So yeah, and this is gonna be the last sky shard. Oh no, I said it was by a big tree in a cave. Let me back up. I'll show you. See, there's the guy with the quest. But there's the cave, and that is the big tree. It looks like a hiss tree, but it's not. Hiss is a little different. So like more swamp, marshy type areas. Oh, which I plan on actually getting some more alchemy ingredients for doing some of the other potions. Once I leave this island, I will actually be heading to the Dark Elf homeland, and I will try to do the quest through there and farm for certain alchemy ingredients there. And then the plan is to head over to the Bretons homeland, and I will take their quest there to get their armor for the werewolf hide. That way whenever I do take damage, I gain ultimate, and so on and so forth. So there's actually a decent reason for all of that. But yeah, each zone has its own unique overland set. Overland sets are a great way to learn about the different mechanics and the way the game works. And whether you craft them, because some of the lower level crafting armors are really good still. like the Twilight set, like I've been using, where it's increasing my own personal healing quite a bit, which is, as you guys can see, I'm pretty tanky. I don't need much. So, yeah. But I'm almost done. I'm going to show you guys this last Sky Shard. Then I'm going to talk to Roz real quick, and then I'm going to go to bed. But the last Sky Shard's back over here.
Don't cause trouble.
I like causing trouble, though. It's fun. Alright, so that was the last one. I'll show it to you on the map. So, last Sky Shard, the other one was over here. Right there. At the back of that temple. In the busted one with the rain. And then right there. And that would be 6 Sky Shards for this area. You can go through, do all the quests, get all the training gear, which is nice, gives you a nice little boost to all your stats, but they have better gear that's a little easier to come by.
How much longer till we put out to sea? Step, ground.
That gives you just as good, if not better, stat boosts than the training gear. Heck, you can hit all the starter areas and gain each piece that way if you want, and that's how you can increase your because you'll just be running the different gear sets, not gear sets, armor types to get all of it.
This one has hurt. Clearly you are meant to help. Keep your cannot this room without Mistral's support. The Dominion will have precious.
Don't care about the Sylvanar. Alright, level 7. Woo! Which then hands out those, which that is actually pretty nice. And then health recovery increased by another 20%. Movement speed, blah blah blah. That towards health. That's a level 10, so I'll increase that. And this is for the heavy armor skill line. So I'll be able to get another one of those at 30.
I'm thirsty.
I'll be hitting that next.
We can't.
Actually,
they kicked us
that
out.
One's in that on
no.
the heavy armor skill line.
Juggernaut
is really great
You're
for
only 6 flagon of
tanks.
brandy. 6? That seems low.
Fag. This was after 3
as soon as I hit 12, that's when I get my ultimate ability, which will be
lucky to be alive.
negate magic.
I forgot. They mix brews with moon
which is
sugar.
nice for silencing a bunch of enemies or using as a heal.
Now,
you can. It's got pretty good AOE, well, pretty good radius when you turn into the heal, and then it's a really nice heal over time. Then you got your Storm Astronaut, which does damage and then more damage, so that's handy. Overload is really nice because AoE is pretty good. And then the Morph will give you back Magicka. So you can't turn this one into a heal, but that's fine because that's more damage, which goes perfectly in line with all the damage you're getting from the Storm Tree. But the Dark Magic is the way to get more of your healing and stuff. So it's more of a healer type thing you want to go for if you want to go for a healer. The other two are more for damage and tanking. Like I said though, I was going dual wield. Can't get the ability I want yet. These two skills are great. That was a bleed dot, which is good. That one's just the basic dot that people can move out of the range of, so you gotta be close up and right on with that, kind of like you do with the biting jabs for the Templar. Blade Cloak is another handy one. I really like the new morph where it can hit every second. So yeah. Hidden Blade though is nice because that lets you use more of a ninja build because you're able to throw one blade, have it hit 2 other targets with the morph of course, and then while it's doing that you can fire off your bound armaments. And yeah. So next level I'll be able to get that. But I really want to get that for the cost reduction on all your abilities. So again, that's what I'm going to be shooting for. Because I want us to be able to see what abilities I can get to trigger the most for my ultimate. If I'm able to keep my ultimate up almost all the time, such as Dawnbreaker, which is actually they decreased the cost of recently after they increased the cost of a couple other skills. So it's kind of interesting. Once I get all my fighter skill done up and actually completed on a character, you get this. As I know, you can gain ultimate for killing players and Daedra. The players would be for the PvP ones, which I have not yet gotten yet, because I'm not level 10 just yet. Because once you're level 10, you can then enter Battlegrounds, which will then unlock those 2 skill lines, and give you skill points when you unlock them.
Hey, ideas aren't my strong suit. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Look at this place. Do they look like they can afford us?
You have a point.
So the other place you want to go if you want to repair, make better gear, now that you're a little higher level, is right over here.
You worry for nothing, little one. Their roots have
There's the
grown
armory.
for many years.
Make all your stuff.
More than a few elves to tear them up.
For carpentry, for doing the shields and staves, is all the way over here for some reason. So yeah. They don't have the jewelry enchanter or jewelry place here, but if you don't have Somerset, that's not something to worry about. Because with Somerset, the Somerset DLC gives you jewelry crafting, which is great. Lets you change up a bunch of your skills. I'm kind of waiting to see or hear if they are going to be changing up some of their crafting. To where they were actually able to put weapon enchants. Not weapon enchants. Weapon traits on armors. Because as far as I know, there's only one way to get one piece of armor with a trait from a weapon on it, which will help with the ultimate gain. So doing that along with 2 weapons brings your total ultimate gain if you go gold to somewhere around 60%, which is huge. So it's a huge amount of ultimate gain. Where 40% was, I thought was pretty good. 60 is like, oh, well, that's really good because then that could be, yeah. Dude. And then being able to have a potion or armor that gives you the ability to constantly gain ultimate is going to be really key and handy for building quick. But yeah, so far I hate the way they have the major, gaining the major heroism buff is only through certain things. So it kind of sucks.
Every one of these sea elves is a venomous serpent.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this stream here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I didn't bore anybody. But yeah, hopefully you guys all stay tuned for the next one. Until then, like, comment, subscribe, have fun, and talk to you all later. Alright, bye.